Can we zoom out and look at the vision, the manifesto, the doctrine of Rails? What are some of the things that make a programming language, a framework great, especially for web development? So we talked about happiness.
Yes.
The underlying objective of Ruby. What else?
So you're looking at the 9 points I wrote out in, I think, 2012. And first, before we dive into them, I want to say the reason I wrote it down is that if you want a community to endure, you have to record its values and you have to record its practices. If you don't, eventually you're going to get enough new people come in who have their own ideas of where this thing should go. And if we don't have a guiding light helping us to make decisions, we're going to start flailing. We're going to start actually falling apart. I think this is one of the key reasons that institutions of all kinds start falling apart. We forget why Chesterton's fence is there. We just go like, why is that fence there? Let's yank it out. Oh, it was to keep the wolves out. Now we're all dead. Oops. So I wanted to write these things down. And if we just take them quick one by one, you talked about optimizing for programmer happiness. I put that at number 1 in homage of Matt's. And that's a lot about accepting that there is occasionally a trade-off between writing beautiful code and other things we want out of systems. There can be a runtime trade-off, there can be a performance trade-off, but we're going to do it nonetheless. We're also going to allow ambiguity in a way that many programmers by default are uncomfortable with. I give the example actually here of in the interactive Ruby shell, where you can play with the language or even interact with your domain model, you can quit it in 2 ways, at least that I've found. You can write exit, boom, you're out of the program. You can write quit, boom, you're out of the program. They do the same thing. We just wrote both exit, or the people who built that wrote both exit and quit because they knew humans were likely to pick one or the other. Python is the perfect contrast to this. In the Python interactive protocol, if you write exit, it won't exit. It'll give you a fucking lesson. It'll basically tell you to read the fucking manual. It says use exit parentheses or control D, i.e. end of file to exit. I'm like, one is very human and another is very engineer. And I mean that both of them in the best possible way. Python is pedantic. Python's the value from the start stated is that there should be preferably one and only one way to do a certain thing. Ruby goes the complete opposite. No, we want the full expression that fits different human brains such that it seems like the language is guessing just what they want.
And part of that is also you described the principle of least surprise, which is a difficult thing to engineer into a language. Because you have to kind of, it's a subjective thing. What it is.
Which is why you can't do it in one way, which is why I use the example of both exit and quit. Yeah. The principle of least surprise for some people would be like, oh, exit, that's how I get out of the prompt. For other people, it would be quit. Why don't we just do both?